Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CST Live, coming from Meridian, Idaho on May 6th. I am your captain, R.D. Huntley. Today I'll be joined with Paul and a little bit later with Becca, who will tell you about some more things, answer questions you've had this week. My job is to tell you what's happened this past week, but for right now, I'm turning you over to Paul.
Good morning, CST. Hey, I just wanted to let everybody know that we miss you. It's been a long time since we've had an opportunity to see you, and by golly, we just miss having you around. We want you to know that we're working very diligently right now to make sure that we can have everyone return safely for the 2021 school year. Please stay safe and follow social distancing and safety best practices as we begin to reopen Idaho for business. Our leadership team is already working with the district to make sure that we come back to school, that we have accommodations for safely transporting students beginning in the fall of 2020. Our focus is on the safety of the drivers, monitors, students, and our community. We can't wait to have everyone back in whatever method and or process that takes to keep everyone safe. In the meantime, I want you to know, you know how much of a hugger I am. I'm not getting any hugs right now, and it's just killing me. So just want to give you all a great big hug. So stay safe, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Well, thank you, Paul, for that. Okay, I have just a couple of reminders that we talked about last week, and I want to bring up again this week. As most of you are aware, school is closed until the end of the school year, which is technically June 5th at this point. This past week, we did get notified that there will not be any summer school this year. It will all be done online, so any summer school activities we might have will not happen. We do plan to be back in the fall. That means that we will be looking at some sort of in-service. We don't know how that's going to work yet. We will be looking at route distribution, all those kind of things that we would normally do for the fall. But all those things are in the works right now, trying to figure out how we're going to handle them. We do have a lot of effects from the COVID pandemic. Some of those affect how we're going to look at things next year with routes, with the school itself, with social distancing here in the yard. So many things that are happening that we can't even, at this point, put a finger on all those things to tell you how it's going to work. But I do want to encourage you to realize that next year, things will be different than you have ever seen them before when it comes to being a bus driver and transportation. So just be prepared for a lot of changes, all good ones, we hope, but it will be a little different next year. There were initially some plans to open up the north lot, which was out of Eagle. That has been canceled, so everything will stay here in the Ward lot. Now, we will be putting together a opportunity for you to come out and pick up your personal property. And in just a moment, I turn over to Becca, and she's going to talk a little bit about that, as well as answer any questions that you might have had over this past week. So right now, I'm turning you over to Becca.
Good morning. So the extension for unemployment was released and started last week. So if you were out of benefits, if you had exhausted your unemployment benefits and had reached that expiration date, there should have been a link on your claimant portal. So if there's not a link to your claimant portal, then you need to shoot me an email and I will try and get you in touch with unemployment. Their phone lines are just terrible. And I've heard some tricks that you can use to get a hold of them, like calling after hours to leave a message. And then that way you don't have to listen to the busy signal. Then a lot of people have told me that they've really struggled with the chat line that's on the website, catching that at the very early morning hours of 7 or 8 a.m. They've been able to get a hold of people So those are just some of the tricks that some of the people have told me that they have been able to get a hold of them. And then obviously I am trying to help as much as I can. So if you can't get through, reach out to me, to my phone number or my email address, and I will work on getting you in touch with them. The schedule for personal property in your lockers or on your buses is going to start on Monday. We are going to work really hard to keep everybody safe, which is why we have the schedule. So it's going to be really important for everyone to keep to the schedule as much as possible. And then, one second. There we go. There's the schedule for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So that's by last name, obviously. And so the schedule is for people to come in and get your things off your buses. For the rest of us, so it's going to take 2 weeks, and I will post the schedule on Facebook, and then we'll go over it again next Facebook Live meeting. Other than that, I am going to turn this back over to RD.
All right, so just to add on to what Becca was saying, some of the things that we're going to be watching for when you come back to take your personal property is if you've got stuff in your bus, you will be welcome to drive your car out to your bus to collect your materials. If you have a locker that needs to be cleared out, you'll come in and stay in your car, knock on the door, keep social distancing. We will let you in to grab stuff out of your locker. Now, a reminder to all employees, we will also have an intent to return form that will be at the front desk. So we'll be asking you to take a look at that and sign it as you are here. So please keep your times that are there as we're posting them. Come in, be quick, get your stuff, head out, and we'll get everything squared away to get our startup for next year. One thing, too, we might add is that regarding a little bit of good news for you guys. One of the things that the district is talking about is altering the way school works, and part of that is reducing class sizes. A caveat of that is that we may be also looking at less kids on buses. Now, you probably like that. They're talking about situations where we may only have 12 to 20 kids maximum on a bus. So that will make it a lot easier to maintain things. Plus, you're dealing with a little bit of social distancing. So that's a little bit of good news for almost everybody out there when it deals with kids and overcrowding. One of the things that all of you guys are dealing with, if you're a grandparent or a parent, and if you've got kids at home, you're probably struggling with a lot of different stuff right now. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of fun, buddy, at home, dealing with kids and everything that's going on. I commend you for what you're doing. Now, a couple of other things. The SMCs are currently involved in an outreach program to each one of you where they're making phone calls so that you can, so we can keep in touch, find out what's going on. If there's problems, we can be aware of it. So you'll be getting phone calls from all of them. They started doing them last week. One of the problems is not everybody is answering their phone. And here's one of the reasons that is happening. There we go. Because a lot of times when our phones come across, they come across with strange locations like Pocatello, Boise, New Plymouth. Some are even weirder than that, but they're all Idaho locations. But when you see those numbers come up, these are your SMCs. So feel free to pick up that phone. I will not guarantee it's not somebody trying to sell you warranties for your car or someone looking for Social Security information. It could be, but hopefully not. It should be these phone numbers that represent our staff, our SMCs on the outreach program. This will be replayed so you can get those later on too if you want to write them down. Okay, so on one last thing that I want to look at here, the corporation has asked us to try and stay in contact with our people, which we are doing. We're doing it through our outreach program. We're doing it through Facebook Live. They talked about wanting to do something like a game night. Well, we decided to be a little bit even more creative than that, and we're going to be doing something that we are going to call, where is it? Oh, sorry about that, folks. CST game show. Yes, this will be a real live, honest to goodness game show that we're going to produce right here at CST. Now, show you how this works. The first game show is actually going to be something you're familiar with, Family Feud. That's it. It's going to be Family Feud, and it is going to be CST style. So if you want to become a participant on this game show, we're going to practice social distancing, all that other good stuff. This will be a Facebook Live event. So we will do actual Family Feud with CST employees. If you're interested in being a part of that, text Becca. Here's the number. It's going to be fun. We will let you know when you're scheduled to be on the show. We're going to have a good time. We are planning this to be aired on Thursday nights at approximately 6 o'clock. So this will be something, won't start for a few weeks yet, but it is in the plans. Also, one thing I should mention is this live feed for CST Live will be moving to Tuesdays at 10 o'clock. So you'll see postings on that as well. So be ready for all those things to come into the picture here real soon. Now, I just want to say, everybody, that we want to stay in touch. We want to keep active. For all of you out there, though, I want you to stay safe, be careful, but keep those wheels rolling. So until next time, we will see you again on Facebook Live. This is your Captain R.D. Huntley, signing out.